Game 2 against Grixis Delver. I apparently did this weird thing again where I take out a natural order but still bring in the progenitors. And apart from that, I took out Reclamation Sage and a Krater Hoof for 2 Abrupt Decays. I don't know what I was thinking, but apparently I really didn't like the Cover Therapy all that much against them. So I went for a different plan that issues Cover Therapy, so I just have like a pretty good top deck in natural order for progenitors for the mid and late game when you've usually like ran them out of counters, and so you find a 10-10 that just completely ignores their army of tokens. I'm not sure if I really want to do it like this, but apparently I did, so I will actually always question myself, but sometimes you just don't know what you were thinking. I mean, it's definitely not terrible, it just feels a bit odd. Maybe it's a thing that I like better on the draw, because on the draw you're like more defensive, and then eventually you switch gears and you try to put pressure back on them, and you can do that much more easily with progenitors that can't be blocked than with any like most other cards in the deck. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but I can see the reason behind it. I don't know if I would do it again. I would probably like to actually test it before I know what I want to do. This hand is like it has 2 lands, actually 3 against Delver, which is nice, but it doesn't have acceleration and it doesn't really do anything until the 3rd turn. So it's also super weak to Cover Therapy. The Sun it helps. Yeah. And he once again doesn't have to turn 1 Delver, which helps us out so much in this matchup. And since we have double Glimpse, I'm especially happy to go for the Dryad here and just like lead with Glimpse next turn and see what the opponent does, because the pressure's on him. Deathrite. Okay, now I don't want to lead on Glimpse anymore, I think. Whew. No. I think I'm just gonna cast Visionary here. Yeah. And it runs into Daze, which is okay. Next turn, I was just about to say next turn we'll just lead with the first Glimpse and see what he does, but apparently we don't. So Nettle Sentinel it is, yeah, Cradle, and Violet Symbiote, because we really want this Cradle to stay alive. It's less about protecting this guy, it's more about protecting having any guy for Graia's Cradle. These could be like 2 blank creatures and I would still be happy. Make them only top us or something. Opponent back in Cantrip Heaven doesn't really do. And more cantrips. See, these are like the time walk turns for us. If he doesn't play anything meaningful now. Black Mana, Dark Blast. Dark Blast is annoying, but it's like not as bad as it sometimes seems. Like sometimes Dark Blast completely wrecks you, but sometimes it's also like, yeah, whatever. And a lot of people still keep dredging it because, hey, it kills one of their guys. Yeah, but if I draw 3 cards a turn and you kill one of my creatures every turn, that's not going to get you anywhere. And eventually you're going to get like the 2 toughness guys or Pendelhaven, and then it doesn't even matter at all. Here I'm leading... Oh, okay. I expected to lead with Nettle Sentinel and then go for like Glimpse of Nature into Heritage to it, but I guess I'm just trying to see. Actually, that's not. You could do both. If you go for Glimpse of Nature and then Heritage, if you go for Nettle Sentinel into Glimpse into Heritage to it, you could potentially kill him on this turn if you draw a creature, but if you don't, then you lose your Heritage to it, and your next Glimpse is gonna be much worse. So what I'm doing here is to just see whether Glimpse resolves, and if it resolves I'm gonna play another 2 mana guy, I think. Oh well, I don't have to click OK, I should probably click here, yeah. Does it resolve? Like, I think if you're Delver you actually have to let this resolve, you have to take a risk. Because my board looks somewhat weak. Like, there's definitely better boards to use Glimpse on. Yeah. I just go for the second toughness guy. For the second 2 toughness guy, and then if I draw a land, I can continue. Oh, wow. That makes for a really great Glimpse next turn. If it resolves, of course. I didn't draw the land, because had I drawn the land, I could go like land, heritage, 3 mana, second glimpse, firewood, bam, 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 bounce, heritage, replay, draw 4 cards. You would go crazy. But on the other hand, had this been a land, this wouldn't be a viable symbol. Yeah, but then this would need to draw this. Yeah, but let's not get lost in that. That's annoying. That's actually quite annoying, because if he kills one of my... Okay, he doesn't. More blue shit. Oh, okay, that's not... Technically, that's not blue. Okay, so even had we not drawn that, like, the wasteland was definitely very annoying, because it makes Days life again. But... Okay, I guess I'm gonna be... I'm super greedy once again. You could also, like, lead with heritage to it, and then play Glimpse to play around Days, but I must have picked up something that he doesn't have Days here, I guess. Oh, by the way, I remember later, like, when he commented on this match on Reddit, he was super frustrated about how it played out, and which is weird because I felt pretty much in control for most of the game, so I would really like to see his hand, because I think the biggest thing is he never really got any pressure online, and I don't know, like the glimpse, the jitter is okay, but it's much better out of Elves than it is out of Grixis Delver. In Grixis Delver, against Elves, it's usually win more anyway. Whereas in Elves, it really can turn around games. So, yeah. What did he do? He actually only had Lightning Bolt and Daze, and one removal spell. And the Wasteland on the Cradle, yeah, okay, but... I know, yeah, and from here we just go crazy. We get Glimpse, we get Wirewood Symbiote. And we get a second glimpse. Okay, now that glimpse he just drew, because he was like, oh, you drew everything you needed, well, he already had everything we needed. Had this not been a glimpse, it would have probably been a creature. And if it's not a creature, then you can still bounce a creature and keep going. And even if we fizzle, then you've got like this against this, and then this is like super far ahead. You know what, I'm just gonna like fast forward this entire turn, and you see where it ends. Yeah. This is where the opponent concedes. Yeah. He's like, okay, I've seen enough. Okay. So 5 and 1. Is it 5 and 1? Yeah, should be. Let me double check. Yeah, so next turn we actually got the win it in for top 8. So tune in.